Welcome back to today's video. We're going to be talking about products that I regret buying, you guys. I have quite a few, not a lot, but just a few, and I figured that I would share my reasoning for really disliking these products and talking to you guys about the reasons behind it and why I don't really reach for them or why I thought I needed them and then I really don't need them. So if you guys really want to see what products I regret buying, then just keep watching. So the very first product that I have here is the L'Oreal Infallible Loose Setting Powder, and I was so excited when I picked this up, you guys. I was a little bit concerned about the price point, but whenever I see products from L'Oreal, their price point is almost, I'm so accustomed to it that it just is what it is. Like, it doesn't even like bother me. Like, in the grand scheme of things, when I think about things, they are pretty pricey for a drugstore brand, but when I see their prices, I'm like, yeah, that's typical of them. So the biggest reason why I don't like this product is because whenever I use it, I feel like, especially underneath my eye area, it makes me so pale. Like, it's very, very light for my skin tone. And even though it says that it's a translucent setting powder, I cannot bake with this. I've tried baking with this on numerous occasions using numerous concealers, and it just looks so white underneath my eyes. I've also used it to set my makeup, and I also find that whenever I use it, it just makes me look very bland and almost washed out. So, and I'm so bummed about it because the feel of it, it's so finely milled that it literally feels like pearls on the face. So it has a great feeling to it. It's all there, but unfortunately it just didn't sit well with my skin tone. But I think that if you have a much lighter skin tone than I do, then I think it's going to work out for you. So the product that I have here is the Tarte Shape Tape Matte Foundation. They do have a matte line, and I do believe that they have a hydrating line. You guys know me, I always get the matte line, and I was really disappointed with this. The shade that I got in was in medium neutral, and while the shade for me does seem to come out really well, I was actually really impressed with it, especially like in the midst of summer. I felt like it was the perfect shade for me. Now it's just, you know, I still feel like I could probably make it work, but the biggest issue that I had with this foundation personally was that it clung to every dry patch that I had. It was not very forgiving with concealers and stuff either, and I felt like you had to work really fast with this product. So it's not one of the products that I'm going to get rid of. I'm definitely going to use it with other products. When I work it with other products, it works fine, but again, I was really disappointed with it. I was kind of hoping that it would end up being a really good product for myself, even though, you know, other people didn't like it. I was like, well, maybe it'll work out for me, but it didn't. Again, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll probably end up using it along with other things, but keep that in mind that if you are looking at that foundation, that you have to work very quickly with that thing, I've noticed. All right, so the next product we have here is the MAC Prep and Prime MAC Fix Plus Matte. Ooh. There it is. There it is, you guys. All right. So this one, if you guys follow me on social media, you guys probably heard me talk about this so many times. When I found out that they were doing sneak peeks, I got so excited about it. When I heard that they were going to be launching, I marked my calendar. When it launched, I got it. Like, I was on the game when it hit, and I have not felt like that and been this excited about a launch since I think it was the Modern Renaissance palette. And this is the biggest letdown I've had so far. And I just literally watched another influencer talk about this today. Her name is Jasmine, which I will link down below. She's beautiful, you guys. But she had the same issue that I did, and it leaves this white like dots all over your face. And it's because if you don't shake this really hard, it'll leave dots all over your face, just like the Too Faced Peach Setting Powder. That one is also a mattifying spray. So I feel like with these mattifiers, you definitely have to shake it really hard, which is strange because it's always a hit and miss with this product. Sometimes I can use it and I have no problems, and then other times I use it and I have to like double check myself in the mirror, and I'll have little dots all over my face, and it almost just becomes a pain in the ass to work with, which then leads me to not even really ever want to use it, and then I always just kind of get pushed away from it. So again, it's one of those products where I don't feel like I should have to work that hard to use the setting spray, you know? Should be one of those products where I just set my face and go. I shouldn't have to worry about it. Just stick with the original MAC Fix Plus, use a different setting spray for whatever you use, but I feel like this was kind of a dud for me. I was really sad about that, you guys. So we also have this product, which I've had for a really long time. I don't even think I've ever used it on my channel just because it really is that unimpressive. But this here is the L'Oreal Magic Illumi Highlighter. It's not like a dewy highlighter at all. Like, it doesn't have any luminosity to it. It's literally just a sheer concealer. Really, that's all it is. Like, there's nothing great about it. It's really just the lightest concealer you could possibly put underneath your eyes. And I kind of was just like, well, what purpose does that serve? Unless you have really great under eyes and you don't need any help, I could see this being awesome. Unlike some of us, like myself, I need that extra coverage. So I almost feel like it's almost redundant to have to go in with the concealer and then put something like this right on top of it. If it had some sort of luminosity to it, I could see it like working out, but it had nothing to it. So again, one of those products where I was just like, it was a complete waste of my money. I don't know what I was thinking. I've never used it. I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times, and I was just like, I remember like the second or third time I used it, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that's just a waste of my time. So last 2 products I have here, I'm actually just gonna group it together because it is by the same brand and it is the exact same thing, are the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. And oh my gosh, you guys, I don't even know where to begin, but basically the 2 that I have here is the Subculture and the Prism palette. Let me start with the Prism palette because I'm sure you guys think you guys know what I'm going to say about the Subculture, but you're just wait. Anyways, so here is the Prism palette. I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys have seen it. Maybe a lot of you guys own it as well here on my channel. And don't get me wrong, it's a really pretty palette. It's got some really great colors. I was really excited about this palette because it was different. It was just something that I normally don't gravitate towards, and it had really great colors. But I don't ever use it. Again, like so many of these colors, especially the neutral colors, I feel like are exact replicas of other colors that she already has in her palette. That's the biggest thing that I had with this palette. The quality is good. I felt like the quality was good. The pigmentation is good. The shadows are decent. But after her biggest mishap with Subculture, I felt like a lot of people were very cautious to buy her palettes. Like, do you guys remember before Subculture, every time she came out with a palette, everybody bought one because they were amazing. And then the moment that Subculture came out, it's like now everybody's like, I don't know. We'll wait. Let's wait until all the PR kits come out. She can, like, you know, they can be the test dummies, and then maybe we'll buy it. You know, so this is kind of one of those things, but I feel like my reasoning for this palette is just a little bit different. This palette here, if you guys saw my tutorial, which I will link right here, or review, I personally had no issues with this palette. It blended out really well. The colors are so pigmented that you can easily create messes with this palette, and there are some colors that I have played with that do not go well together, especially the greens, which I find that to be so strange because this is like a palette where you're just like, ooh, I want to play with all the greens, but I find that playing with the greens makes it very difficult to even work. Like, they just do not mesh well. It's a good palette, but it's like you have to be so careful with it that you're almost like, oh my goodness, like if I do a look and I use the 2 wrong colors, like I have to start all over again. And why would you want to do that? You don't want to have a palette like that where you have to constantly be worried if your colors are not going to blend well, or if you're just going to like try to salvage some look from what you attempted to create. Unfortunately, while those are okay palettes, I don't feel like they are the best palettes she's made. They're definitely kind of, in my opinion, like kind of down there. She has some other great palettes where if you could ever get your hands on them, I would definitely get those first. Not a lot of products that I regret buying, which I'm kind of happy about, but still some very popular products that I have here that just did not work out for me. I want to know down below if any of these products you guys have tried and what your thoughts are on them, or if you guys had the same issues as me. And make sure to subscribe before you guys head out. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way, anytime I upload a video, you guys are notified. And I hope to see you guys all in my next video, and I will see you guys later. Bye.